Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to give you 20 things your emotional maturity should allow you to understand and or do. Okay? 20 things, all right? So you hear me say emotional maturity a million times, right? Well, how do we measure that? How do we know if we are getting adequate emotional maturity? Well, here we go. Here's a video right here that is going to help you with that. All right, I'm going to go through these 20 things here that you can consider in yourself. You know, am I good at this? Is this, I'm in the middle with it, or is I'm really good at this, or I could stand to improve in this. And you can just think about yourself with each of these concepts and ideas and, you know, work on them as needed. All right. And if I go down all these lists and you say, you know what, Coach Lakia, I'm on fire. I got it all under control. Good for you, sweetie. Good for you. And then if you haven't, still good for you. You're here on this channel. You're working on yourself and you can always be improved upon. Nobody is perfect. Okay. And even those of you who got all 20, you can always be even better. You can always learn more because nobody knows it all. Okay. So let's go ahead down this list. What should we be understanding with our emotional maturity? Number one, we need to understand what's our concern and what's not. Or basically, you will need to know in life what's your concern and what's not your concern. Basically, what's your problem and what's not your problem, okay? Because it's not our assignment sometimes to take on the things and we make them our problems and we end up exhausting ourselves and overstepping our boundaries and stepping off our path, okay? Taking a detour. All right, adding more to our plate. So it's so important in life to understand what's my business and what's not. That's none of my business. That's not my concern. That's not my lane. Okay, that is so important to understand. All right, so much of us, like I said, valuable energy, effort, and time that we are putting into people, places, and things. That is not our concern. That is not our problem. That is not our business. Okay, number two. We need to understand this whole concept that the grass doesn't stay greener on the other side when we get there. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. And this is more like cheaters need to really hear this, but you guys can take from this as well. A lot of times, well, we're looking over the fence or we're looking over yonder to the other side, okay? And we think the grass is going to be greener because the grass is greener on the other side right now. Like our grass is dead and brown, okay? We're full of all this toxicity, okay? So we go on over to the other grass and guess what? We're bringing our toxicity at that point. We're going to kill that grass too. And this is why we don't need to be jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship without fixing ourselves first. Because even if the grass starts out being greener on that side, it won't stay green because we did not do the work. We did not change. And we're bringing that dirty soil, messed up weeds with us over there. And it's going to kill the grass over there too. This is something that the narcissists just do not get, okay? But yeah, the grass does not stay greener. All right, number three, emotional independence and individuality. All right, so this is where our emotional maturity is basically having us step outside of being codependent. All right, where we are individuals emotionally, like, okay, you can feel sad and I can still feel happy. You can have your opinion about this and I can have my opinion in the other direction. We can still be two individuals, even if we are connected through friendships, even if we are romantic lovers and whatever. So we have emotional independence. That allows me to still be me and you can still be you. Okay. All right. Number four, we need to understand when to bail on things, when to accept endings versus letting things drag us down, you guys. All right, and it results a lot of times in greater consequences, bigger offenses, or harder lessons, and possible bigger setbacks that we have to come back from. And even though we can, we don't want to, take a puddle and then make it a mountain. We got to work that much harder, okay? So we got to know when to cut our losses in life, all right? Number 5, emotional maturity should allow you to not stress over things you cannot change. You got to realize, look, I can't change it. Ain't no sense in me stressing. I'm going to do my best and I'm going to let God do the rest. Okay, what else can I do? I did my best. All right. Number 6, assigning the right meanings, or basically taking the appropriate lessons. All right. So if we assign the right meanings, it means that I'm not saying they treated me bad because I'm not lovable. No, they treated me bad because I had poor boundaries. Okay. So we have to take the right meaning and the right concepts from our experiences. When we do that, then we can be working on the right things and having the right perceptions and mind frames, okay? And then we'll be able to really end those cycles, you guys, all right? Number 7, feelings versus logic, okay? I say this all the time. You guys know it. Just because you feel something a certain way doesn't make it the truth. Just because you feel something doesn't mean you got to act on it. Just because you feel something doesn't mean you should do it and that it's right, okay? So it's having a balance between understanding what I feel and what is logical in this situation, in any given situation. All right. Number 8, have solid boundaries and standards. Of course, emotional maturity should allow you to have that. And this one is self-explanatory. Number 9, you need to understand manipulation, okay? Emotional maturity, or else you will be emotionally, financially, possibly physically even manipulated, okay? You need to understand how manipulative people behave, what they look like, what their tactics are, and I have a ton of videos here on the channel that you can look into to help you with that. Number 10, learn from the past and not live in the past, okay? We don't want to become the bag lady. We don't want to be the bag man. And, a lot of times people are still mentioning things that happened 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, and all this stuff because they have not found adequate healing for it yet, So they haven't found that adequate healing. And that's why they haven't been able to release, to let go of, okay? So let's work on that. Number 11, emotional maturity should help you understand that talk is cheap, but actions can be cheap as well, right? Because we've seen in the love bomb phase how the narcissist said and did things, but those actions were actually pretty cheap. So emotional maturity will help us be able to step back and take our time with things, all right? All right, and this actually talks about that duality factor that I've been mentioning in my last few videos that I will be making a video about. When nothing is all bad and all good, there's a duality to things. All right, number 12, we're going to understand, you guys, facts versus opinions. So many of us are bent out of shape over other people's opinions. They ain't even facts. I could tell my 9-year-old son, he'd get upset. Such and such called me fat. You're not even fat though. And just all upset. Oh my gosh. Like it ain't even true and you're upset about it. So we need to understand facts versus opinions. And this talks about illusions and delusions, you guys. Perceptions versus reality, you guys. And believing everything you see. And, it's also about putting other people's thoughts on the throne. Okay. Number 13. Emotional maturity should help you be in tune with your discernment and your inner voice, So you're going to be in touch with yourself and basically your gut instincts, okay? Oakley dokley. Number 14, emotional maturity will help you understand the grieving process and allow for the grieving process, all right, you guys? And there's 5 stages to that. And I do have content on that if you need to understand that. Number 15, Emotional maturity will help you understand what love really is, okay, versus being a doormat, versus being a sacrificial lamb, okay? Some of us really don't know what love actually is and what it looks like. All right. Number 16, a healthy foundation is understanding healthy foundations, okay, that we build everything on, you know, our relationships. If it's built on sand or good soil, we'll understand these things. We'll understand that, you know, if it's built on sand, it's going to fall down no matter what. No matter what we put in there, no matter how expensive, it's going to fall down, all right? Number 17, emotional maturity should help you understand what addictions are. All right. And then some of us are addicted to relationships. You know, let's expand our thoughts of addictions beyond drugs and alcohol, sex and gambling and such. Okay. Shopping, you know, there's all kinds of addictions. All right. Number 18, we're going to have a respect for time. All right. Because time is something we can never get back, you guys. Number 19, we're going to have a respect for mental health, and then this will allow us to understand mental illness, okay? Then we'll be able to see it in ourselves and others. All right, and then number 20, emotional maturity will help you see why you need to be your own best friend, you guys, all right? Because everywhere you go in life, who is going to be with you, honey? You're going to be with you. All right. So this is why we got to have that proper love for ourselves, the proper self-esteem, and we're not going to abandon ourselves, because this is what we're doing in toxic relationships, you guys. But as we're increasing our emotional maturity and we're taking this valuable wisdom with ourselves, we can avoid these pitfalls. Okay. So if this video resonated with you, go ahead and feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, you guys. So much content here on the channel to help you increase your emotional maturity. If you're struggling, I do offer one-on-one coaching, you guys. Hit me up on my website, lakiacrawford.com, to schedule your appointment. I've written therapeutic books, you guys, that you could definitely read to help fill the voids and get additional wisdoms and pearls. I have playlists where I highlight this and read excerpts from my books here. But I have the X Factor Volume 1, a great book for helping you get over breakups, especially when you have like such a defeated and dark perception of breaking up and being in your singleness. The X Factor Volume 2. This is a great book for going through the grieving process of breaking up, and you starting from day one where you feel horrible, and eventually through the book you'll see this person working through and releasing all of that toxicity, doing shadow work on themselves and being ready for love again. And then we have The Beauty of the Eye here, you guys, and this is a great book when we are just getting that third eye open, baby, and everything is just coming full circle, and we are just ready for higher level thinking and being connected with our external world and our internal world. Okay, great book. And then I have written a book called Silent Tears. This is for sexual abuse survivors. It's a great book that you can work on in the privacy of your home. And these books are available on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. You can get the ebook and hard copy. And if you want a personal signed copy, you can get it from my website, lakiacrawford.com. Okay, with that being said, you guys, always check the description below to see what I have going on. If you want the links to the 2 support groups that I run, the monthly Patreon memberships, if you want to be a monthly supporter of the work that I do. But, you know, there's so many ways to support as well, just by hitting the like button, just by leaving comments, not being a wallflower, just by sharing this channel with other people. Let's lift the vibration and get this information out there, you guys. All right. So thank you for all your love and support again. All right. And with that being said, never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And until next time, please take care.